Hey, what's up? It's your boy MB. Those of you who gonna watch this at a later time, please thank you for subscribing to the channel. My name is MB. What I do is I discuss cardio, my perspective, my opinion, a variety of topics. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Today's topic is what really just trying to show you how to understand my channel. My channel is really to serve a purpose. It is to give you factual information that you can use and either get in the box with me or in your own system based on the things that to get output. Now, as far as the sound quality and how things sound, that's really going to be a matter of opinion, honestly. I have people ask me all the time, A and B, is this sub better than this sub? And I say, there's no such thing as better. I can tell you the potential for output on a particular song based on the TS parameters and the RMS rating. And I can tell you as a box builder, if you just give me the dimension, I can tell you if you can run that particular sub based on space requirements that's needed for that sub. But as far as hey, this subwoofer sound better than this one, that's a matter of opinion. Honestly, that's really going to be a matter of opinion. Uh, some people say well, J Audio is normally been known as the premier measurement people judge for sound quality, and I think it sounds good as well. But to say it's the best sounding subwoofer ever, I don't like to use the term best on nothing. I don't like to use I don't like to use the term best on nothing. I feel it's not accurate. It's new. Killing these little folks 6 cylinders be trying to follow me. Now you can't keep up. Yeah, man. Now you way back there in an instant. I ain't you killing these little small trucks trying to get up on all up on you like you going too slow for them. You don't wake and you keep up. Uh, recently, I'm gonna show y'all that later, possibly today, because there's a lot of emphasis in horn enclosures because there's some information being presented, and it's a key component that is not being presented to people, and that is simply this: not every subwoofer can be put in a horn, but not every subwoofer is going to excel inside a horn. And there are parameters to look for that will tell you which subwoofers are better suited for a horn, and that can't be denied. Uh, I forgot who actually came up with the horn theory. I believe it was 19. I can't even hold me misquoted, but the whole idea, premise behind the horn box was to take a little bit of output and give much more acoustical energy being transmitted to the air. The whole thing about a horn is taking the area of high impedance into where the horn culminates at, which is an area of low impedance. Because of that, three things are necessarily needed. They are they are basically they are the optimal TS parameters that are needed to get the best performance out of the horn enclosure. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Those three. Those three are the QTS, it's a dirt mile, QTS, FS, and VAS. Uh, you basically want a very heavily damped subwoofer. And it's heavily damped meaning the ability to control itself inside the enclosure. The enclosure is going to take the acoustical energy derived from the movement of the cone, the drive itself, and amplify it. A horn is an acoustical amplifier. I guess you could say, well, porta box is an acoustical amplifier. Hmm. I don't know how to explain that right now, but they work on a different principle. And the same amount of wattage that you send into a porta box, you're going to get substantially more acoustical energy output if you send that to a horn box. And because of that, you're going to need is that a was that a bullet right there? Right there. It's outside and inside. That's my son's in the car. Drop him off at school. Ladybug. Okay. Well, I ain't gonna do the wiper. Maybe she'll fly off. Uh, because of that, you can model and predict what subwoofer will perform best in a horn enclosure as compared to another. And it cannot, this is science. This is science. This is physics. It cannot be denied. I want you, before I release this video later on today, understand where I'm coming from when I release this video. And it's going to give you even more background to why I said a particular subwoofer did not do that score. And it, and in this video, you will see that in actuality, the and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, the B2 audio subwoofer will far outsell and outperform a Sundown Z8. Not any Sundown sub, but it would outperform a Sundown Z8 for, and I'm going to show y'all the reasons. So you'll understand the background of why. Number one, I know it didn't happen. I do know that. I do know the actual score, and actually, but the bass head is actually louder than the guy. Uh, and the other reasons why it's not possible to happen, and I'm going to show it to you using AI and maybe some audio files that chime in as well and say, uh, take all feelings out of it. This is factual. This is actually how a horn works, and these are the parameters you're supposed to look for. And if you judge these parameters on the B2 audio sub and the Sundown C8, you will see that the B2 audio will far excel and shine as compared to this particular sub. So my channel is, you have some channels that some influencers that are they influence because they are friends with the manufacturer, or they see that they have a good following and good push, so that's why they want to get on that bandwagon. I don't do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna show you the truth of why how things should be looked at. Now, with that being said, do you think would the Z8 outperform the B2 audio in a porta box using a Helmholtz resonator? Yes, I will say that. And the Helmholtz resonator, because that 30 millimeter X Max cannot be denied. But the X Max it is needed in the horn, but it's not because of how the horn works. A woofer can have a greater X Max, a far greater X Max than another, and not perform as well as the driver with the less X Max will because of the other parameters that need to be looked at. And God bless all y'all too, man. God bless all y'all. Good morning as well. But X Max is not the key. And that's when I heard that comment. Well, I read that comment. I said, so these guys don't even understand fully what a horn does, and they feel that just because woofer is bigger, weighs more, or has more X Max, that it should X Max is gonna make it perform better, in this application. And that's not true. That's not true. Actually, all of you who are watching right now, uh, you can Google this. You can ask AI, and it will give you all. It will go through every paper that's written in a second and tell you that a woofer with a greater X Max will not outperform this other woofer with less X Max because the variables that's needed for a horn do not are not quantified by X Max, and this is just the truth. So, of course, when I release this information, it's going to, all you dumb and down, you're attacking Sundown again. No, I'm just presenting the facts because I don't think he never said that his woofer performed best in a horn. He didn't say that. Uh, he was just pointing out that it did the score that it was impossible for it to do. And I'm going to show you the reasons in layman terms that you can look at yourself. And then subsequent to that, I don't know, some of y'all been watching my channel. I've been showing you the performance of a single eight horn inside my enclosure, inside my cabin. Uh, I did it with the B2 audio subs, the prototype, the the Rampage version 3, which I showed you at 2 ohm. It did the same score as the prototype did at 1 ohm. Then I have another one we'll release the CC8, which didn't do as great because that technology is, I believe, 8 or 9 years old. Uh, I think I had that in the feed, and I did it, and then I showed how in the horn the CC8 actually did a better score than another eight. That, and it's because if you look at the parameters, you'll see well with the B2 audio cells because of their high control dampening. Uh, because of their high control dampening, they're very controlled motors. They really excel in horn enclosures. They do great in port enclosures too, but they because how Jay geared that sub, if you put that sub in the horn, it's gonna outpace other subwoofers drastically, drastically. And I put a I put a Prodigy Audio 8 in a horn, and he couldn't get the 135 like the B3 did, uh, and he couldn't beat the CC8, and it was 9 years old. But that's because of the parameters of the driver. So I've got to, and some of you who have been watching me for years know that, man, MB been horns. You can go back on my channel because it's like 2,000 videos up there, brother. You can put horn in my search box, MB and horn, and you'll see, well, I'm telling you how horn works. And how when I was building them 2, 3 years ago, well, 3 years ago now, 2 or 3 years ago. And I built horns for numerous people, particularly with eights. Uh, I built them with larger subwoofers as well. And I've told them, okay, I can put this in a horn, but it might necessarily be geared for it, and they love it. And this some they actually have horns that are geared that are man, and I said yeah because this subwoofer will excel in the horn, so it need to be looked at. Now it's a good thing that Budget put that B2 audio in there, maybe because he had it at the time. But if he was to turn around and put that, well, he would have to build a whole nother box because he couldn't even reverse mount that Z8 inside that horn that he has built because the cutout ain't big enough. It's an 8-inch cutout. So all that has to be uh, all that has to be considered and factored in as well. So and then so after I show y'all that, show you these things, understand that I fully know how to do a horn. And I can build a horn too that's what hurts. I'm just not for one, I know it's not possible to do a 151 with two eighths and a horn. That's not gonna happen. Number two, two in the box that low is not gonna be very musical because you're not gonna have no punch. It's just not. You can't. It doesn't work like a ported box, but like the brother here say, if you tune the 50 hertz, he tuned the 20 hertz, he playing the 50 hertz with authority. I guess you thinking 130 is authority because he's not playing. He's not even doing a 139 throughout the entire pass band. That's not gonna happen. So you have to. If you watch the video, he did show you the meter score of the burp, but we didn't see a meter score at all of it playing on music. Now it's going to be very loud, particularly as it starts to go low, but it's not going to have the same authority as because a horn is going to peak wherever it's tuned in. Period. Let me see. Somebody's okay. Uh oh man, this dude here. Yeah, let's get this dude off the channel. Maybe get that off the channel. Now I want you to be stuff like that. So uh, I don't like to read offensive stuff like that. Remember, I told you a long time ago. I said, don't worry about stuff like that. Don't keep looking. Don't keep looking. Because people use they. We talked about that, right? All right. Then give me. So, with that being said, well, like with my horn box I was doing, and then I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to give the whole world something. I'm going to give y'all some. I'm gonna show you how to design your own horn. And the reason why I'm gonna do that so anybody can take this challenge. I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna give you the software and walk you through. In fact, I think I might even develop the horn when I show you the softwares you can use. I'm gonna show you exactly how to build your own home. Real simple. Real simple. It's not as like some people like do things, and I'm not talking about budget here. I'm actually talking about the cheese guy. To make them feel, godlike. I'm going to show you how to build your home. I'm going to show it to you. Yeah. And the software that I use is while those horn boxes that I did with the BT audio subs is doing the 136 and 31 hertz, 135 and 31 hertz, those three subs. So you can see that I'm going to show you how I tuned it to 31 hertz, thanks to software, and put it in and show the performance. And I have built another one with two B2 audios, and a rear loaded horn for two of them. And I'm going to show you how y'all can do the same thing, so that those of you who want to try your hand at replicating this, you'll know for yourself. And I think that will dispel all doubts, because it's not as hard as people like to make it out. Same thing when people would say about boxes. I tell y'all all the time, those who really rock with me know that I only build boxes for those who don't have the time, don't have the tools, or don't have the technical. That's who I build boxes for. Don't have the time, don't have the tools, don't know how to to tune it. It's not all that complex. If I was to build a box, one cube tuned to whatever frequency you ask for, and Bobby Gailey was do the same thing, or 210 Designs would do the same thing, or anybody, custom load, how would the box sound? It's gonna sound exactly the same. Because 1728, it's not that complex, bro. It's either you don't have the time to do it, you don't have the tools to do it, or you don't know how to do it. It's either one of those three or all those three, and then that's when you go to a custom box builder. Well, it's the same thing with a horn. Once I show y'all this program, which will come after I'm explaining y'all why the Z8 will not outperform a B2 Audio 8 and a horn. And a horn. It will not outperform one of the horn because X Max is not the parameter that's key. I'm gonna show you this and welcome and ask you guys where you can, when you're laying in the bed before you go sleep at night, you can search these things out yourself and you'll find out, oh, you can find out the truth. So you won't be so amazed by tricks. And then I'm gonna give you the software to show you exactly how you can do it yourself. And then you can try it out yourself and you'll see it's not possible. I think that's the best way of totally dispelling it. Because some people are actually feeling that uh, because he did a 140 at 139 at 20 hertz, then it's possible to do a 150. And that's so far 11 or 151. That's that's so far ahead of that's just so hard to do, y'all, to get 11 dB increase is SPL competitors to tell you, man, it's hard to go up 3 dB, must let go up 11 dB. And that's what my channels are actually about, the truth. The truth. Actually, that's why certain brands, like the brands that I carry, you can actually see the difference in their subwoofers. They're not just trying to money grab you. You can actually see what they are doing so you can make a better decision about how you're going to spend your money and not be tricked by gimmicks, your lack of knowledge. As a matter of fact, today, well, I mean, I'm not gonna matter of fact. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Sundown New Horizon 8, that's the exact same make. It has three of the exact same specs that the SAA version 1.5 had. And they share the same basket. He just did one little tweak on the basket so that some people would really recognize it. But since I specialize in eights, I know. I mean, this is the same basket you had on the SAA version 1.5 that you said you went away from because it didn't give you enough throw. And it's funny because when you had it on the SA version 1.5, it had 16 millimeters of throw, 16.5, and now on this new Horizon 8, it's only got 14. It's got the same motor force and everything. The whole company, man, the whole company now is just they're using the name now for money grab. It's out for a money grab. And That's what my channel is for. All the everybody, every brand. I'm gonna tell you, man, this is that, this is that, this is that. Don't get tricked. So because that's gonna bring me a lot of angst because I'm not the base head that's gonna let them because I'm not a base head. I'm an informed consumer who happens to like loud music. Uh, I know a little bit, and I'm able to relay that information to people, and it will stop some people from taking advantage of your ignorance. And I'm going to show y'all that, particularly when we talk about this horn enclosure. Just look for the title. I'm going to drop my son off. Just look for the title. I think I'm going to name it Why the Sundown Z8 Would Not Outperform a B2 Audio Rampage 8 and a horn. And I'm going to show you the reasons why. Maybe some audio files will chime in and say, yeah, this is correct. Not a horn. It's sure probably outperforming in a an important application because of the X Max. But in the horn, the X Max doesn't come into play, so it's not going to outperform. And I'm going to show y'all that 2 days. So be looking for that video. And as far as the smoke I'm gonna get for it, who cares? But truth will always stand on its own. It doesn't need no support. It doesn't need no support. And remember, truth is the new hate speech. I said it. Y'all be blessed, man. Mm.